We're playing a 5-5 game, and we're playing a Sicilian here. Comes in with the early unprovoked knight d5. Thinking about playing e6 and kicking him, but I don't know if I really want to keep weakening my light squares. So I'm going to play knight f6. If he takes, I'm cool with the location of the bishop there on f6. So I have good control of the long dark diagonal as it stands. I think that I've already equalized his black here. We'll have to check that after the game. Okay, so he challenges my bishop, wants me to take so that he takes back with the knight, and probably trying to bring the queen in for some kind of checkmate attack, it looks like. He hangs the pawn on b2. Can I take it? Looks like I definitely can, because I can get away to c3 with a tempo. So I'm going to take it. Check. Assume he pulls the bishop back. I'm just going to trade. No, okay. So he pins the knight. I'm just going to up the pressure on that piece because his bishop's not doing anything by itself. His queen and rook. His rook doesn't pose me a threat. And with the double pressure on the knight and being up a pawn, I might just work to trade off all the pieces and win that way. I'm also threatening to win the a2 pawn now, before or after taking the knight. Don't necessarily want to give up my bishop. I'm going to have options to take that knight. Oh, knight d4 looks nice, actually. And that's going to take away all the squares from his bishop. I do lose my chance to take on a2, but I don't know how important that pawn's going to be. Already up a pawn. I'm going to play for solidity. Oh. No, never mind. Okay, so now I'm probably going to snap that bishop. Although, I don't know, my knight is in a very good location. I don't need to be anxious to trade down. I could take on a2 now. I could trade two minor pieces and then take on a2. But that leaves him a clear piece ahead in development, so I don't really like that. So I take on a2, and then we're threatening c2 as well. And white's knight is now free to move, as it should probably do. White's queen and bishop are really competing for the same squares that they want to be on right now. Okay. Now I can trade. It's going to take with the rook, and then he's going to have the pressure. I can take on c2. He could take, my queen takes, knight takes. Then he gets a skewer, though, on my knight and bishop. And I don't see any way to defend that. Or tempos to move away, so I don't think I can go for that. I could take with the knight. There's no attack on the queen, at least. It's starting to look really funky. I gotta go a little bit faster. Taking the knight's no good. Taking with the queen is no good. Taking the pawn with the knight. You know, I don't really like any of it, so I'm just going to play a solid move. No attacks on my queen. I assume he just takes my knight. Yeah, I needed to get that bishop in the game, my last piece. I still need to castle. I'm up. So knight takes, bishop takes. Could have gone with pawn takes. That might have been good, actually, but block my bishop from the rest of the diagonal. I don't know how much he wants to try to play c3. Probably not much. Okay. I'm gonna continue getting strong because I think I have time. I got a tempo for development. He doesn't like my bishop there. I'm gonna fall all the way back so we're nice and safe. I can't castle right away though. There's a pressure on e7. So I may play h6 g5 here. Box him out. Should have, I mean, I do have very strong dark square control there, and my bishop has the jump on his bishop on the light squares on that side of the board, so I'm not too worried about weakening those. His queen is close to overloaded. Not yet. Looks like I'm going to play bishop e6. Nice complement of the bishops there. Get that tempo. He wants a queen trade. I'm going to say no and just take his bishop. How about that? Yeah, I don't see anything for that. Alright, so now we're up a massive amount of material. So been playing pretty solid all game. And just gonna keep playing as solidly as possible now. Looks like I'm gonna fall back with a tempo on his bishop. That seems correct. Potentially bringing my bishop up here to force some kind of weakening move. Actually, that's not so bad. Maybe he tries to get some kind of attack going with that. It looks like he's hoping my a-pawn will become weak. I'm just gonna pass, see what plan he's developing here. Finally get castled. Yeah, I mean that just looks like a clear win of a pawn there. Takes. And go threaten checkmate again. Yikes, those bishops there are about to look disgusting. Alright, so let's quickly threaten bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes, king moves. Bring the other bishop in here. That looks like a pretty legitimate threat. Because so now he wants the queen trade, it would seem. I'm going to deny that, make him work for it. I'm still going to make that sacrifice because my bishop can hit either f1 or h1 by going to h3 or b7 respectively after such a sacrifice, which you're about to see, and that should be game over. The point is that if the king goes to f1, the bishop comes into h3, and then it forces a skewer on the queen with bishop back to g4, and it's checkmate immediately if the king goes to h1 by way of bishop b7. So we're going to get to see the queen skewer plan. I'm going to try to put the pawn on f4 here, and I'm going to get to do it. And a check, and then we're going to open some lines. Tapping out. Oh, he's in it for another move. Look at that. And there